Welcome to Design for Wealth, where I help your next level become your new normal. Now, most people don't have an income ceiling. They have a behavior ceiling, and it only shows up once things start going well. Sales come in, people respond, income increases, there's actual momentum. And then, almost like clockwork, they start pulling back unconsciously. And it's not because they ran out of ideas or made some big mistake. They just slow down. And if you've had a month where things clicked, clients showed up, sales were landing, and then somehow you ended up right back at the same income level that you always land at, I want to share about why that keeps happening. Here's what I kept running in my own business. I could grow very easily. The content, the offers, income increasing fast, and then it would all just settle back down. Same level every time. So my first assumption was that something was off with the strategy, maybe potentially with the offer, not showing up enough, need a better funnel. But when I got honest with myself and looked at what was actually changing, it wasn't the strategy. The strategy was fine. What changed was me. And the moment things started picking up, my brain got very loud. What if this doesn't last? What if I can't keep this? And even if I had a couple of quiet days, I'd start second guessing everything. I'd dial back without even noticing I was doing it. And that's how I stayed stuck at the same level, because I stopped doing it the moment it started working. Now, if we were to look at two people, both running a business, both feel doubt, they both have low energy days and question themselves from time to time. The first person sells when they're excited, posts when they feel inspired, but the moment doubt creeps in or things go quiet, they hesitate. They go invisible. And they wait to feel ready again. The second person feels all of the same things, but their behavior doesn't shift based upon how they feel that day. They still do all the things just because that's what they do. So over time, that consistency is what makes the difference. It's not a better strategy. It's the standards that don't move when emotions do. So this is the question that changed things for me. I stopped asking, how do I get to the next level? And started asking, what does someone at that level actually do every day? And then I just made that the baseline, non-negotiable, even on the flat days, because how you feel is always going to fluctuate, but your standards don't have to. And I saw this in a client this week. We were mapping out what was really happening in her business, and a pattern jumped out. Every time things started building for her in her business, when content was landing, she had a record income month, people reaching out, the momentum was real, she would then pull back. Just in a small way. Started posting less, sitting on a message she'd normally send, talking herself out of the things she would have done without thinking a week earlier. So on the surface, it looked like a strategy problem, but it's not. It was her nervous system doing what nervous systems do, trying to return to what's familiar, and what was familiar was a slightly smaller version of her business. The moment she thought she was losing momentum, she wasn't. She was unconsciously pumping the brakes every time growth started to feel real. And once she saw it, everything made sense. So this is the part I want you to sit with. Think about the last time your business was where you wanted it to be. People responding, clients coming in, you had your ideal income month, things were gaining traction. What did you do right after that? Did you keep the same pace, or did you quietly pull back and call it being strategic? What was the story in your head? Was it something like, this probably won't last, I should wait and see? What if I can't keep this? And did you shrink the exact behavior that was creating the results? Because that's usually where growth stalls. It's not that strategy isn't working. It's because expansion feels unfamiliar, and the easiest thing to do is to drift back to comfortable. The shift is recognizing that pattern and just not following it. Holding the standard when your emotions are all over the place, doing the work even when nothing seems to be happening, not disappearing the moment things feel uncertain. Because when you do that consistently, something actually changes, not just in your business, but in your body. You start to trust yourself differently. Growth stops feeling like something you have to push so hard to maintain. It just becomes your normal. And that's the real rewire. It's not pushing harder. It's not doing more. It's just staying when your brain is telling you to shrink. Because your business doesn't stabilize at the level you hit once. It stabilizes at the level you keep behaving like. And when that behavior becomes a default, not a good day thing, but your default, the income stops resetting. The identity catches up. The nervous system settles. And what used to feel like a stretch becomes your normal. If you're hearing this and recognizing this in yourself, it's not a coincidence. Most people don't actually have a growth problem. They know how to create a good month. What they haven't figured out is how to stop that month from being the exception. And that's the work we do inside the upgrade. It's not chasing bigger spikes. It's stabilizing the level you've already touched, recalibrating your standards, your identity, your nervous system, so that what you've hit once becomes what you operate at consistently. The women inside aren't trying to prove they can grow. They already know they can. They're learning how to stop resetting. If this episode made something click for you, all of the details are in the show notes. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next episode.